Hey, what's up guys? It's Sam. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this car explosion. It kind of looks like this. So it's a pretty cool effect, and obviously you have a lot of layers here, 35 layers. So it's going to get pretty advanced. This video is just going to basically cover compositing these elements in here. A little bit of rotoscoping and some reflections on this car. It may have to be two parts. It's going to be pretty long, but so here we go. First off, I'm going to make a new project. Save that. So it opens up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna take these elements here, bring them in, this might take a little bit for them to import, so there we go. Okay, so now that I have these elements imported, we'll take the raw footage and just drag it in. So here's some footage that I got from Video Copilot on their Meteor tutorial. So go ahead and get started. So first, what you want to do is you want to go up to Window, bring up the tracker, and we can just X out some of this stuff here. Alright, so select the footage, track motion. Now what you want to do here is you want to find a good point of contrast in your scene that shouldn't get covered up too much. So let's see, we'll take one of these cards here and just scale this up. Also track the rotation. So we'll maybe use this other card, and then we'll just hit track forward. Now that that's done, what we can go ahead and do is we will back into our composition, go to Layer, New, Null Object, and go back to our tracking here, and what we'll do is hit Edit Target, make sure the null is selected, hit OK. Now hit Apply, X and Y dimensions, and there we go. So now our tracking data is applied, and we just have a nice track shot. So in his tutorial, Andrew Kramer uses 3D tracking, but since this shot is more zoomed out for the car, we're not going to need that. It'll be just fine using the built-in tracking in After Effects. So now what we want to do, we want to get some elements in here and get it going. So we'll bring in this car bomb, and we have this nice explosion here. So hit S, get the uniform scale, scale it down, and just kind of position it over the car. So you want to find where you want it to start, maybe there. Move it there. Now hold on, gotta set my parent module. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to parent this to the null. That'll make it stay in the shot. So now what you want to do, this is a little slow obviously because shot at higher frame rate, so you want to speed it up. So right click time stretch, and you want to set the stretch factor to 50. That'll get it to about normal speed. Now just move it over, And right in the beginning here, we have this. This can be a little slow. We're going to want to do some time adjustments to make this more explosion-like and more of a boom. So we'll take this and we will right-click, time, enable timer mapping, and just go to point where the explosion is at its largest point, like maybe there, about there. Create a keyframe here. Now find about where you want it to begin and just move it over. That way we'll get more of a fast animation so that it's more sped up. And this way we get rid of that extra stuff at the beginning. So we'll just trim this now to about there. And you could use like an alpha fade in or something, but for now I'm just going to use an opacity fade in. So set a keyframe for the opacity, hit T by the way to bring it up, move forward about a couple frames, move it up to 100%. Maybe just move this over one frame. So there we go. We have a little fade in. You might want to move this over one more frame. And there we go. So we'll take a look at this. Okay, so it's not bad. The tracking could use a little work, but we'll deal with that in a second. So it's looking pretty good. Just move this over a frame. We do have some cutting off of this, so we could just easily fix that by cheating a little bit and just scaling it up that way. Move it up. So there we go. It's all good now. So now we have this. It's looking pretty good, and it's kind of, well, it's just a little plain. So just rotate this quick. Now what we're going to want to do is add an adjustment layer. So layer, new adjustment layer, and hit effects, stylize, and glow. So it changes to A and B colors, then change the colors to an orange and red. So now we'll take our adjustment layer and select ellipse tool, and we're going to make an elliptical mask about around the area of the explosion. So about there. Hit F on the keyboard and just turn up the feathering a lot. Maybe not that much, like maybe 100. So there we go, and we'll turn up the glow radius. So that's looking pretty good. Maybe a little more feathering. So now what this will do later on is, once we separate our actor from the background through rotoscoping, it will just give us a little light wrap around him. So that kind of helps sell the effect a little more. So that's pretty good for now. Let's get some more elements going on this. So we'll bring out the bouncing debris and just drop it in. Make sure it's under the adjustment layer. We always want the adjustment layer on top. So now this debris is pretty big, so we'll put it under the car explosion. We'll just turn off the explosion and parent that to the null. So now that we have that by itself, we'll hit S. It's a little big, so we'll just scale it down a bit. Put it about there, and we'll just see how that's looking. So again, the tracking is a little off, but that's looking pretty good. So we'll just bring that over, and we don't really want it to start like that, so we'll hit Alt, begin bracket, start it there, move it over to where the explosion starts, maybe a little after, and now we're probably going to put in there and check how it looks. And so that's not looking bad. Okay, but now we're gonna hit time stretch, and again this is a slower element, so set it to 50, so it'll explode a lot faster. That makes for a better effect. So we'll just check that out quick. So that's not bad. It's not bad by itself actually, but still a little fake looking. So that's looking pretty good. We'll probably move this down. We don't really want debris to be below the explosion. And we could duplicate this and then just add a choker on it. So choke this, put it above the car explosion, and just like make some smaller debris. But since we have action essentials, we can do a little better than that because we have other elements to work with. So we'll come back to that in a second, but right now we will get some dark smoke going on in here. Let's put that below everything. Now we're going to move this about over here, and just check that out. We'll turn off the car bomb, and see here. Scale this down a bit. And definitely want to speed this up. So time stretch 50. And that'll give it a little more realism. And just take your mask tool and draw a quick mask around there. Make sure it's cut off. And zoom in. Hit F. I'm going to set this to subtract. Now feather it out a good bit. And you can move it down here. About maybe there. Maybe turn the feathering down a bit. So we just don't want any hard edges. So we'll probably move this over a bit. Oops. Let me move this over. Alright, so that's looking good for now. So we'll parent it to the null. Now we'll take a look. Oh, yeah, so this starts a little early. So we'll take this at T, keyframe the opacity, move forward set another keyframe. Now we'll go back to this and set it down to 0. Pretty much standard procedure here. So go back about here, and then it'll fade in like that. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Alright, that's not bad. It's a bit fast for the explosion, so it's a bit abrupt. So we'll go back here, fix our opacity keyframes, and maybe move it over there, and just make it a bit more, a little longer, fade in. So alright, so that's looking pretty good. Now, obviously our debris is a bit sloppy. It needs a little color correction and everything. But overall, it's not bad for how long we've been working. So this is pretty good. We'll have to add some dust and some other stuff like ground cracks. So I'll go over that in the next part of this video. So thanks for watching.